Welcome back, Your Majesty. You've been away for 655 coins produced. 6.421 faction coins produced. That's a big number. I'm not going to risk saying it. Spells cast. 1,245. Mana produced. That's an even bigger number, and I refuse to say it. Clicks done. Lots of them. Welcome to Realm Grinder. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to My Thoughts On, and today we're talking about Realm Grinder. I'm your host, Atratzu. So, the game we're looking at today is Realm Grinder. This is yet another idle AFK clicker type game, but I have a lot of nice things to say about this one, other than the last one that I covered on this channel, which was Clicker Hero, and I was very much exhausted of that. But, getting ahead of myself. We're talking about This wasn't a tongue twister, but apparently it was. Realm Grinder, which was developed by Kongregate and was released on Steam June 15th, 2017. It was in existence earlier before it was released on Steam, but I'm reviewing and playing. My save is located on Steam because they have achievements there. It's a terrible excuse. I'm so sorry. I don't want to play free games anywhere else. I'm just like, well, free games on Steam, they give me achievements, I will. What I'm saying, guys, is I have a problem. I really like to play games that give me some type of status, some type of reward. That's why I got a YouTube channel, though. So even if it isn't something that gives me that, I'm still able to do that. But, you know, getting on with the actual topic, I've played 80 hours of this game now. So you might think that I have played a lot of this, but like in most idle games, you log in, you check your stuff, you leave, and then you might leave it up in the background depending on what you do, so a lot of those hours are illegitimately begotten. I have started us a new game, however, new game, but it does have reincarnation available, so you're not going to see reincarnation. I don't even remember if you see, I don't even know what this word is, abdication. I don't know if you have that available. You wouldn't see a lot of these upgrades. I've earned a lot of trophies. I'm going to try not to mouse over stuff so you can't see them. I've earned a lot of these trophies, and so some stuff is going to be unlocked in my game that you normally would not see unlocked, especially like these up here. These are all like allegiance related trophies, and some of them have Steam achievements, but most of the Steam achievements, I don't know, this game has a remarkable lack of Steam achievements. It has, let me check this really quick. It has 14, at this time, 14 Steam achievements, and I have 11 out of 14 of them. And the time between getting the achievements is really long. It takes you a long time to get a bunch of these achievements. But it doesn't even matter because I'm enjoying just having the idle game up, and a lot of interesting stuff happens in this game. So, getting on to topic. Again, we're talking about an idle clicker game. How much excitement can you really get inside of an idle clicker game? Like you would expect, you click, and look at that. Yay, we are getting +1 gold. How exciting. I'm sure you can just hardly wait until I keep clicking to get upgrades. So, let's go here. Let's buy a farm. Okay, so as with any other clicking game, you buy farms, and as you buy farms, that will let you increase your income of coins that you get per second. So all buildings producing 10 coins per second, and that is located down here. This is where the currency is, bottom left. This is showing you how many coins you're getting, so you just get more coins, and then as you get more buildings, it goes on and on and on. The first clicker game I ever played was Cookie Clicker, and this is very similar in that respect, but it's a lot of differences. This upgrade here is reincarnation, which you don't get until much later in the game. So I'll show some of the cool stuff that you get later on in the game in a bit. Just imagine this stuff isn't here and that you just have the stuff that you'd start out with. So you keep on clicking. As you can see, you get different upgrades. I believe that's one that you get through clicking. So there you go. You need to You need to build up as many buildings as possible, and then that's the cycle loop. This might take a little bit too long. I quit. We're just okay. No, it doesn't. Okay, good. We got there. I was worried that I would need to click too much, and I don't feel like forcing all of you to watch me click. You can certainly go out on your own. As you can see, I cycle between how many I buy. I'm a sucker for nice even numbers. I can't help it. All right, that's just the way I am. So at a certain point in the game, I haven't even pointed this out, but hopefully you noticed. Well, let's see here. Get out of my way. So as you buy things, you get upgrades to them. So let's see if we can hit one with one of these. So you start with a farmhouse, you buy a farmhouse, and then a farm pops up. So we got 3 buildings here. The blacksmith popped up when we had the blacksmith. The inn popped up when we put on the inn, when we bought an inn, and then the farm popped up when we bought a farm. And after you upgrade your farm and you get like 100 of them, then visually it is represented in the game. Something here changes to indicate that you have reached this point. You'll also notice that you have mana over here as well. So let's use that spell. This spell increases production buildings, and then you can use tax collection, and then that'll let you get a little bit more currency. All right, let's see if we buy that. If it changes on 50, it might. Rats, didn't change. So I'm harping on the graphic quality, but then as you get more of these, you can also purchase upgrades in here, and those upgrades then will increase the production of those items. We're just 2 away. I'm going to need to remember to upgrade that to 100 so we can see the upgrade visually take place. It's not going to be much, but you will see a special effect that'll pop up and it'll be like a little flashing yellowish looking thing, if I remember correctly. So the thing that really pulled me into the game, was just how much stuff happens as you play it. And just when the game starts to get stale for me, something new pulls me in. Nothing changed for 100. Well then, guess we'll keep our eyes open when I get something new in a new building or something like that. We'll worry about that in a bit. What I really like about the game is anytime that you start getting bored, and especially for like the first few hours of the game, there's a lot that happens, and it's really exciting at that point. So once you get to a certain point with your upgrades and your purchasing, you then get to choose between a proof of good deed or a proof of evil deed. And this lets you choose which way you want to be. And don't worry about choosing one that's going to stick with you through the entire game. You're going to reset a lot, so you will play as both of these. You'll play as pretty much everything that you can, so don't worry or stress yourself out about that whatsoever. I certainly did, and don't worry about it. The general idea is that the good side is more proactive. It's going to benefit more clicking. You're going to have the game up in the background more often, and that's where a lot of my online AFK time comes in. Now, the proof of evil deed is a little bit different. The good deed, this is where you need to click more, and a lot of buffs will increase your clicking or spells activating. You need to have it up to be able to do that. With the evil deed, you leave it on like overnight. That's what I've been doing a lot. I tend to go a certain route that I like to go for AFK, and I just go this route and I just stick with that one. But the fun thing is what happens when you click on these. So, everyone likes a bit of a villain. Let's do this. So, let's watch what happens. It's so metal. I love it. The land is now charred wasteland, and the river is of lava. As you can see, the dead trees all about. It's so awesome. So, now you'll notice here that you have a chance to ally with goblins for 20 goblin coins, or the undead with 20 undead coins, or the demons with 20 demon coins. And there's flavor text down there, and there's also a text explaining what each upgrade will do. We're going to go my AFK route. I don't think we're going to go the whole way. I think we'll just abdicate and then just reset so you can see 2 routes. This is what you would want to do if you'd want to play more AFK-ly. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word. So I chose the undead. As you can see, the other 2 disappeared. It's like, okay, well, I guess we'll just have to work with that. That's the undead assistant. And then you have access to these other buildings. Let's get out of here. I want to show that. Okay, so that building popped up. That building popped up. That building popped up. And that building popped up. And now we can upgrade these. Alright, so we bought a bunch of upgrades there. Let's just start grabbing these upgrades as well. So at a certain point in the game, especially when your first pass, you're gonna collect a bunch of these faction coins, which are shown down here. These faction coins are no good to you when you start out, and then you can open up this royal exchange, which will increase the production of all buildings if you spend faction coins. I can't say coin. Apparently, this is the one that I just cannot speak at all for. Alright, welcome to Atratzu Can't Talk. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm glad that you can listen to me not be articulate and be terrible at my talking thing, when that's literally probably the most important thing that I can do in this. Oh boy. Okay, so I don't know that we're going to progress all that much more. As you can see, as you get more mana, you then get upgrades to more. You get when we sided with evil, we got access to the blood frenzy spell. And then when we sided with the undead, we got the nighttime spell. Neither of these spells are particularly grand. If you're on, you might as well use them. If you're not, though, you're better off being off, because as you can see here, undead friendship, the Walking Dead increases the production of all necropolises, so that's actually not going to do us any good because we don't have any necropolises right now. Death Temple increases your mana regeneration, so there's a lot of really good advantages here. And then if you get 100 undead coins, then you're able to upgrade to the Friendship Pact. So right now you just have a treaty with them, and you want to gain as much friendship as you can with them. So after you get 100 of those, you then upgrade to the next phase, and the next one, and the next one. Let's see if we can speed this up a little bit. We chose a bad faction for trying to speed anything up, so might need to demonstrate it. Okay, so we can get that now. You can keep on upgrading. That's the latest upgrade that I got, the Mercenary Tribute, which I think might relate to the next achievement that I'll be getting on Steam. So feel free to check my Steam profile if you want to see if I got that achievement or not from that. Because we're definitely not going to get it in this video, because I got to leave it online overnight several days. It's the way I play video games, man. Don't judge me. Absent Ruler increases offline production by 200%. So as you can see, there's definitely incentive to be offline. And as you progress farther in the undead tree, I think after you upgrade past the undead friendship pact, I think the next one up, it's either the next one up or the one after that, that you'll be able to get upgrades that will increase your passive offline production amount, and you'll make more coins being offline, which will then be like, well, then fine, I guess I'll just click this X here in the top right of the corner screen and come back later. Which, by the way, on Steam, you can do that. No problem whatsoever. In the browser, if you were to play this in browser mode, it relies on cookies, as does Cookie Clicker, which that was more ironic than anything else, is that Cookie Clicker required cookies. Sorry, off on another tangent. So let's reset really quick. Now, you would want to normally hold out until you had these gems down here, which you would then use to increase your overall production. But we're just going to do that so that we can go a different track. So yay, we're back here. Let's switch to buying one at a time. We'll do that. We'll upgrade there. We'll upgrade that. The other thing that I click here is for ruby upgrades. So anything that I've spent my rubies on, I'm able to use. Rubies are the, I guess, the premium currency within the game. Let's choose this. Honestly, starting out, it's much easier to play on the other side, to be a good guy. It's a little bit easier because then you can like help your production more so, and then once you get more gems, then you go the undead route, leave your game on, or log off overnight rather, and come back in the morning and spend all your stuff. So okay, we got this spell, Holy Light. This will increase what we get from clicking. This is interactive gameplay at its finest. Okay, Buff's off. Now we don't need to do that anymore. But as you can see, just by what it was between the two, you join the light side, you get holy clicking, which will increase the clicking reward, or you join the dark side, and then you get a passive increase. And then depending on which one you choose here, you can choose fairies, which will increase the production of your farms, inns, and blacksmith. I don't like that one. Then you got the Elven Trade Treaty, and that's the one that'll increase like clicks the most. It also click for you, so that's cool. It helps the clicking, which that's the general idea of it. Then you got your Angel Trade Treaty, which this will increase spells. You get a bunch of spells, and you'll get to the point that you're casting pretty much all of the buff spells at the same time. And that's about when it caps. So my plan is that we can get to the Elven one. Now, I don't like clicking that much, so pretend that I'm physically able to click this fast, alright? Yeah, totally. I'm absolutely able to click this fast. Do not think about it whatsoever. Let's do this upgrade. I'm just trying to speed it along, guys. Don't judge me. Everyone does it. If everyone was jumping off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge? Maybe. I don't know. Don't judge me. It would be easier to show this if we had gems, but I'm not ready to do that, and I don't want to leave and cut. I want to do this all in one take, so I'm just going to use this to speed time around. This is really... I don't have anything left to dialogue over the top of this with. That's not good. But yeah, this is why the game racks up just so many hours of time. And even if you do use a trick like the one that I'm doing, which I'm totally not doing, it's an offline single player game. Bite me, I don't care. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time destroying my poor Razer Naga mouse over a free to play game. So we're just going to go with that. And do we at least have one yet? No, we have no gems yet. We're not going to get gems for a few more upgrades. Come on. Okay, so we upgraded the Elven Treaty to the next level. Maybe we should have chosen the goblins. They're the ones, they got a spell that let you get stuff really fast. Let's just spend all these. Yeah, all that. There we go. That'll increase building production somewhat. And let's keep going. And we're off to the races. I probably should fast forward or cut through all this nonsense, because we're already at 17 minutes. I don't feel like that. This is taking way too long. Yep. I'm just going to cut to farther in the game, I guess. Welcome back, everybody, even though I use the power of editing and therefore we have cut immediately to this point, but I'm going to just say welcome back to myself. So welcome back, Atratzu. Thank you very much, Atratzu. I've been here. It has been about, probably 5 minutes or so that I just sped up and just ran through it as fast as I could. So we're significantly farther in the game. So as you can see up here, I gotta spend these. They need to be spent. They need to be spent. All right, we'll use that one. So there you get to see what that one does. It clicks for me, and it increases what the use of the clicking being. And we're just gonna go like that, and ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. We are the best. Just spam that too. Yeah, spending all the manas. Okay, so you can see the addiction part of that anyway. So, getting back on track though, so now we can abdicate to get plus, as you can see, and climbing 9,900 gems. These gems will increase pretty much everything. They're good all around. So, once you reach a point in the game that you feel that it's getting really slow, you abdicate and then you get the gems. So, let's do that. It's already letting you know any other options they have, anything you know, good enough, we got that. All right, so as you can see, not much is changing right now. We are still getting only one coin at a time. So we can go through pretty much the same process, but you see here we have a new upgrade that we can purchase called Gem Power, which will unlock the power of gems. So watch this change when we do this. Bam! Whoa, so fast. Whoa, so mighty. So the longer your game is going, the more momentum you will get. And the more gems you get, the more momentum you get as well. So we're already just all ready to dive right in. No time flat. And we haven't even purchased the reincarnation, which at this point we don't need to use this right now. We can just pretend like we use the normal route. Reincarnation just sped up the progress of getting into it. So we're gonna avoid using reincarnation now. This time let's do the undead route. See how far we can get with that. So I purchased all those upgrades. We'll grab these ones. Actually, undead isn't a good example. Let's get the goblin faction this time. The goblins are pretty good when you're starting out. Again, it's just the strategy is different depending on the faction that you want to ally with. And you're already seeing my favorites, to be honest, but each one plays differently. Maybe you want to play more actively. In that case, you want to regularly go to the light side and keep choosing elves and angels to side with, as opposed to me, who I would rather log in, check my stuff every couple of hours or every morning before I go to work or something like that. Log in, check my stuff, buy my upgrades, log out, don't touch it again. So now we got the Goblin Treaty. So this one, Goblin's Greed, this one is a useful upgrade to get because then it gets us more faction coins. So see, we're already at the next level with the goblins. So let's keep on getting upgrades. So the Goblin faction is definitely more active when you start out, as opposed to the undead one, which is basically already set to be like, all right, buy the undead upgrade, and then you should just close out of the game and come back a couple hours later, buy your upgrades. Basically, the undead faction is made just for people like me. So learn the factions that you want to play as, and then as you continue to play, you compound on what you've learned and the experiences that you have. Now then, so all right, we're already starting to get gems, so we've reached that point again. After you get a certain number of gems, then a pop-up shows up and it's like, hey, have you heard of excavation? And you go into excavation, you get artifacts, and then the artifacts will unlock even more upgrades. And then after you work on getting enough of those, you unlock additional factions that you can work with. And then I'm not going to explain anything about that because that gets into kind of spoilerish territory. And then as you continue to get more and more gems, I think you get, I don't remember how many, thousands of millions of who knows how many. They have a new numbering system of one fashion or another. After you get a high enough of that, then you can reincarnate, and then you reincarnate a bunch of times. After you've done your second reincarnation, you have access to this mercenary tribute, which looks like it's going to be a bugger to get, but I'll just leave the game offline for a very long time and come back to it one day and get all those upgrades, and I'll get it that way. So I don't know. This is definitely a type of game that appeals to certain types of people, and what I get out of it is I get the sensation of accomplishment with little to no effort whatsoever other than checking it like you would check, I don't know, watering a plant or something like that. And some people enjoy that, and I'm one of those people that enjoys doing stuff like that. However, you don't want it to end up like Clicker Heroes ended up for me. This one feels far more stimulating to me because there is so much more going on, and visually the whole area represents what's going on, and as upgrades are purchased, changes happen. This was recommended to me by somebody who caught me playing Clicker Heroes, and I was just like, yeah, I'm pretty sick of this game. And he said, hey, you should check out Realm Grinder. And I was like, really? What's that all about? And he's like, you should play it. It's free online. Check it out. So yeah, definitely very pleased with my experience playing Realm Grinder. And if you got time to burn, or even if you don't have time to burn and you just want to do something for an hour, this will keep you entertained for an hour. Just don't get sucked into it to an unhealthy level. But yeah, you can definitely spend a fair amount of time playing the game. It doesn't keep you super occupied, so you can drop out, come back in, get your login bonuses, spend your coin, then leave and go do something else. It's something that I really like playing about this type of game, and I'm going to continue doing so. But that's really all I have to say about this game. There are definitely tons and tons of upgrades and tons of, I mean, like, look at these trophies. These are basically achievements. There are tons of hidden ones that I'm just like, I don't know what any of these are. You can look them up online or try to figure them out for yourself. I've looked up a couple online just because I was bored and had nothing else to do. I mean, you can mouse over and see the names. So magician, who knows what that is? You might be able to guess what they are. Demigod, businessman, apothecary. I can't read that word. I'm sorry. And then you just, like, there's constantly stuff actively going on in the game, and that'll keep you active. And I'm trusting that all these are allegiance trophies, and look how far I am in, and look how far away I am from getting all of them. There is a lot to do in this game, and you can be as active as you want, which appeals to me. I like it. I'm a fan. But you've heard me talk enough about this game. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I very much appreciate the views and watching through. Hopefully this was helpful or entertaining or a bit of both. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them at the bottom. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next My Thoughts video, and of course, for the Atratzu reviews, which will also be coming. Thank you for watching. See you next time.